Showboat Sports, guys. Man, we are back. Hope you guys saw that heading. Shakur Stevenson, the Boogeyman of 135. But before we get into all of that, we are going to say thank you guys for all the people that are new to the channel. All the people are coming back to the channel. But like I said, if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and share. And if you return back to the channel, salute. Appreciate you guys coming back in. And so salute Brian up here in the building. We are going to be talking tonight about what's up with you, man? Yeah, we're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson being the boogeyman of 135. Right now, we are going to open up these phone lines. You know how we do. We open up these phone lines and we let people call in. So if you got something you want some smoke and you want to put it out there, feel free. We go ahead and put it on out there. But anyway, guys, that's what we do. We open up the phone lines. We let people call in, say what they want to say, and respond to other people. So that's how it goes, and that's how we do. We're gonna let the algorithms kick in, let some other people come on in. But we got Brian S up here in the building, and he said, "What's up, show? Love the title. Yeah, man. We're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson being the boogeyman of 135. Is he or isn't he? That's what we need to know. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Is he the boogeyman?" And like I said, the phone lines are open. You see the number scrolling across the screen. Feel free to call in, have fun, and we'll keep it all respectful. And we can always agree to free, or we might be able to tell somebody something to change point. But let's keep on. Let's get this show rolling. So Shakur Stevenson has called out Devin Haney. He said that he wants to fight Devin Haney. He did say that he will fight Tank Davis, Ryan, and that one would be probably a bigger money fight. But legacy fight wise, I like to fight Devin Haney. You know, felt to see, and he thinks that Devin Haney will definitely almost steamroll Lomachenko. Now, I'm not going to say Devin Haney is going to steamroll Lomachenko. I don't think that. I think that I do have him winning, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight by any thoughts of the imagination. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko is a really good, solid fighter. He really is. I do think Devin Haney will beat Lomachenko. I think Devin Haney's size, his jab, that kind of stuff is going to keep him out of harm's way. And Devin's just going to box and box reasonable. Diana is up in the salute, queen. Salute, salute. Glad you are here. But yeah, Devin Haney's going to run through Loma. But Shakur Stevenson said that he thinks that Devin Haney will steamroll Lomachenko. And they asked him on another one, do he think that Devin Haney is dodging him? He said, you know what? I don't think Devin Haney is dodging me. He said, I don't think so. He said, but he would like to take that fight. And he also said he would fight Davis too. You know what I mean? Devin is in the building. Salute. Glad you were here. Glad you were here. Yeah. Brian said, I can see Loma beating Devin, but in all honesty, I'm not the biggest fan of Devin Haney. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I just think Devin Haney is a bigger fighter. I think Devin's going to beat Loma. I ain't going to say he's going to steamroll him like Shakur Stevenson said, but hey, but that still goes back to Shakur Stevenson saying that he would like to fight these top guys. And, you know, a lot of people would give him a hard time about this fight because it was kind of a easy fight for him. But the thing about it is, who was he supposed to fight? Who is he if the what is he supposed to do? Fight some? He called out Cruz didn't want to fight him. A lot of people didn't want to fight him. So what is he supposed to do? Really? So he fights that are handed to him, but he does want those fights. Do you guys think that they will fight Shakur Stevenson next to the I got to see Stevenson fight, and I must say, 135, he's going to adjust to that weight a lot better. I think that he's probably shrinking himself down a little too much. 130 power there. He hit the guy. I think he, you know, the thing about Shakur Stevenson, he's not trying to hit for that, and I don't think away from a boxer that goes in there and fights smart, because that's the part of that. I don't know. Was it still cutting out? Let me know. Let me know if it's still cutting out. So Shakur versus everybody. It was a bad stoppage, but we all know it was going to be the same punishment for the next 6 rounds. Yeah. And Brian, I don't think it would have made another 6 rounds, to be honest. And I think that the punishment that the guy was taking was a little too much punishment. And the reason why I say that is because he really wasn't doing anything in there, and he wasn't using any kind of defense. Oh wow. Oh wow. I don't know what that is, but hold on, guys. Hold on. Do me a favor. Y'all keep it rolling. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this down and bring it right back up. And maybe that could be it. Maybe it might be on my end, but we're gonna try that real quick. So y'all just give me half a second, just real quick. All right, can you guys hear me now? We should be back in the building. We should be all right. All right, all right. Since Shakur just knows what to do every time. I think so too. I think Shakur is a really good, smart fighter. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. This is the thing about. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me? If I'm not cutting out or anything like that, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Also, okay, what's up, T Word? Salute, 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 fam. So, this is my thing about that. A lot of times people want to say that a fighter is a boring fighter, and I don't see it as a boring fighter. If you like boxing, I like watching boxing. A lot of casuals, and it's like sometimes it seems like people want to see a tough man contest. This is not tough man contest. This is boxing. And at the end of the day, if people say, and I know what Teddy Atlas said, Teddy Atlas said, he talked highly of Shakur Stevenson. Then he also gave me a hint of saying that if you saw it, his style is kind of a little bit boring style. That's what a lot of people put out there. I don't see it as a boring style just because you don't knock a person out. I don't think that every time that you go in the ring that it should be a home run. It's the sweet science of boxing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see a tough man contest, go see a tough man contest. Shakur Stevenson is not a boring fighter. A boring fighter is a fighter that's not hitting you. That's a fighter that's holding, that's not doing anything in the ring. That is a boring fighter. That's somebody that's trying to figure out a way to try to cheat their way to a victory. You know what I mean? And I don't say that. I'll say it in a way that I don't think that when they try to say Devin Haney was holding George Kambosos too much, I didn't see that. I just saw a boxer that is hitting and not being hit. Because what are you in the game for? You're not in here to slug it out. It's not a tough man contest. It's just not. So when people say Shakur Stevenson is a boring fighter, hell no, he's not a boring fighter. You just got to be, if he's stopping you from doing what you're doing, and he's getting off and you're not getting off, and he's making sure he's making the right adjustments, that is chess. That's what boxing is about. It ain't about I punch you, you punch me, and let's see who stands in the end. Hell no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That's not boxing. That's brawling. He says Shakur Stevenson is fundamentally sound and understands how to win without taking extreme measures. Exactly. Why am I going to give you more when it doesn't require more? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to bring out stuff out of my arsenal for what? I hit you, you can't hit me. And Shakur Stevenson, listen, this is the thing that I don't like. They keep moving the goalpost. If a fighter moves around and uses feet, he's a runner. Oh, Floyd Mayweather, he runs. Shakur Stevenson stayed right in front of his opponent. He didn't hardly use too much foot movement. He always was in a good position. He stayed right in there. He wasn't getting hit, and he was in right in the space to get hit, right? That's not a chicken. That's not somebody running. So how is that a boring fighter? That is a chess match. And the problem that I have is when you have people like Teddy Atlas, that casuals don't know about a lot about boxing. So they tune into people like Teddy Atlas. They tune into a lot of people with channels and platforms and stuff to listen to what these guys have to say. And everybody has this running, oh, this guy is boring. This guy is a runner. This guy is that. No, they should be educating the casuals. People like us get it. But the casuals don't get it. They're going, well, man, he's a boring fighter. They just regurgitate what everybody else has been telling them. You know what I'm saying? And Teddy Atlas of boxing. Shakur Stevenson does. It's the art of war. That's what it is. He shows you what boxing is all about. Exactly, T. When they start embarrassing their favorite fighters, then they're boring. You know what I'm saying? Well, and listen, and I'm not going. Any fighter you can say, you can talk something about that fighter. You can say Canelo ain't the most exciting fighter out there at all. He fights lesser competition and he scores a knockout. Does that make him a better fighter? And Shakur Stevenson would have knocked this guy out. It was clear. He knocked the guy down twice. He took all them headshots. The guy wouldn't have lasted another 5 rounds like that. And if he did last, it would have been a problem. It could have been a problem going on from taking too many punches. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, Shakur Stevenson is not a boring fighter. You can say something about every fighter. Canelo, oh, he's an entertaining fighter. Entertaining who? Fighting Rocky Fielding? Fighting Ryder? What's up, Dion? Salute, Queen. Glad you're here. So what makes him a better fighter? Yeah. But they keep pinning it to people like Shakur Stevenson, who is boxing and who is asking for the best. What do you want the guy to do? The guy is calling out everybody, and nobody wants to fight the dude. Nobody wants to fight him. Now, I can't say that Devin won't fight him. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying Devin won't, and Devin does not want that fight. But Devin has Lomachenko right now. He can't entertain a fight with Shakur Stevenson. I know his pops is going, Devin Haney's pops is going out there and going to bat for him, right? But Devin has to keep his mind on the prize, just like Ryan and Tank, right? Now, we'll see what they do once they win that fight, right? But at the end of the day, Tank Shakur Stevenson just came into the weight class, and I wanted to see how he did in the weight class. And I must say, the dude did exactly what I thought he would do. He showed his skills. He knocked the guy down twice. I mean, the guy, Shakur Stevenson, he's got enough power to keep you at bay. Does he have the Tank power? No, not too many people got Tank power. But does he have enough power for that class? Yes, he does. And has the 135 division just went to a new level? Hell yeah, it has. I'm not mad at Devin at all. And even if he moves up. Now, I'm not mad at Devin at all either. You know what I'm saying? Devin chased down Lomachenko to fight. Was that the fight Shakur put on a beautiful clinic as always? Just wish he had a better opponent. Yeah, me too. I wish he did. He did put on a boxing clinic, Dion. But the thing is, what can we do with these guys? Pitbull Cruz wouldn't fight him. Cambosis wouldn't fight him. He's calling out these guys. These guys don't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? They all passed. So at the end of the day, what can we say? I think the Shakur versus Devin talk is a distraction from Tank versus Devin. Could be, T. That could be it. That could be it. But we all know one thing is that I'll tell you what, they asked Tank about Shakur Stevenson. Tank was like, I don't really want to say the guy's name. And, he was talking about that little interview and stuff. So, you know how that goes. Y'all know how that goes. Let me see something. Let me see. Let me cue something up real quick. Hold on. Let me see one thing. Hold on. I'm gonna check something out real quick. Hold on. Let me check something out real quick. Okay, here we go.
Sweet new merch, Carl. Square can help you get these bad boys.
Hold on 1 second.
It'd be more so like.
Okay.
I'm boxing.
TV more?
Yeah. Yes. Not really so much.
Oh, no. Anyone I'm missing, or is that it?
Yeah, but I don't want to say his name.
Shakur?
Yeah.
That's another one. I feel like that could be a fight, like if it ever were to happen, similar to the train fight, where it would be a spectacle, sell a lot of pay-per-view, people would come out to watch it.
It'd be a little different though.
Why you say that?
I'm thinking of like boxing. I'm not thinking like.
Oh, like thing. In terms of fighting.
Yeah. I'm just saying like them as a whole, like it'd be different.
Interesting response from.
Yeah. So there you have it. So he said he will fight Shakur Stevenson a little different from the rest of the guys. This Tank talking about Devin, and said absolutely love Bill, but he got to pull back a little, let Dev make his decisions. Yeah, I think Diana, I think he's B Megastar, salute fam. Yeah, yeah, I think Bill is like the bulldog of it, and I think Bill rushes in at Devin's defense, and he says a whole lot of stuff in there. I know, man. I need to get something, man. I don't know if it's that or I don't know if it's this thing, man. I'm actually right now. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm deciding whether I was gonna get a new MacBook Pro or another PC, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab another PC. I'm trying to find a good one. I'm trying to wait for these prices to change just a little bit, and so that way I can get one. So when I'm doing my 4K editing and all that stuff, it'll do right. But the prices, I'm trying to find the right one. That's what I'm working on now. Computer shopping now, and I'm gonna get rid of this one I'm at now. And I think that's a little bit to do with it. And I'm getting another router to go with this. They're giving me more speed. And the more speed I got, I don't know if I'm gonna switch over to fiber optics, but I'm going to fix that problem real soon. So y'all just be patient. We're gonna fix that hanging up problem. And I don't know exactly which device it is, whether it's the modem, the service, or whatever else, because I'm getting 1 gig a second now. So oh, okay, Diane. It could be. Could be. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, okay. That's the best one. The MacBook Pro with the okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I got a MacBook Pro. I never hardly use Mac. I normally do stuff on PC with my editing and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. But I might check that one out too, because I think those computers right now are about $1,500 to $1,700. I'm checking those out, and I'm looking at some Asus and some other stuff. So, but anyway, so y'all bear with me a little bit, but we're gonna straighten all that out where we can stop all that little freezing. It's just don't want to jump on something so fast and regret it, because I'm one of those guys that quickly jump on something. But anyway, I do think that Bill Haney is a little bit. I think Bill Haney jumps the gun and goes to the defense a lot more because it's his son. But Bill Haney needs to pull it back just a little bit, because you guys got a fight going on right now. So who cares what Shakur Stevenson says? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, just say, okay, but we can't look past Lomachenko. And let that be. Let those guys talk as much as they want to talk until it's over. Once Devin and Lomachenko fights, and if Devin is victorious, then they can see what the options on the table. By that time, Tank and Ryan be done played out. We'll see what they've already had, who the winner that was. You know what I mean? So I think that's what just Bill Haney needs to do. Bill Haney, like y'all said, needs to just scale it back just a little bit because of that reason. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter. Say Bill goes. So he starts his own shit. Yeah, his own shit too. Yeah, man. Yeah, Bill, crazy man. But hey, but that's his son. So sometimes these people, these trainers, even though it's their trainers and these are their manager, whatever else, when the kids involved, guess what? They come out swinging too. But we'll see. But the question to you guys is, and that's serious. Do you guys think that Shakur Stevenson is the boogeyman of 135? Do you think that these guys, even when these fights are over with, when Tank and Ryan are done, do you guys think that they'll fight Shakur Stevenson? The winner of Tank and Ryan, or the winner of Loma and Shakur Stevenson? Do you think some bull in there? Said you don't know how many times he's been caught capping. Who are you talking about? Who are you referring to? Are you talking about Bill Haney, or are you talking about Shakur Stevenson? Because Bill was saying, I think Devin will. You think Devin will fight him? Brian said he think that they will. All right, here we go.
Call from
Dion.
Showboating Sports, Miss Dion, salute Queen. You are on.
Hello, Showboating Sports. Hi, guys.
Hey.
So listen, I was at the fight, Shakur's fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's wonderful. He put on, like I said, a clinic. He's just technically just amazing. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's the boogeyman though. I think he's talented, but I don't think he's a boogeyman. I from really watching that card, I feel that Bob Arum, that top rank, he keeps them in a certain kind of like ball. Like I found that I found Shakur, although Shakur, the house was filled. Like there was barely a seat, maybe one or two seats left out of the whole center. So I was very impressed with that. But I do feel like as a whole, the card was so padded, and I think that's a top rank thing. So they're not getting the level of competition that they should get.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as much, although a lot of the guys like Anderson, he's new. He's new. You still, like, you don't have to get bums. It's like, it was, I sat there and I'm a boxing fan. I do this all day long. Like if I'm driving my car, I'm on YouTube, I'm pulling something up. Like I eat, sleep this, and I was so excited that Shakur was in Newark, and I'm from New York.
Mm-hmm.
I was so bored at the fight. It was like, okay, the competition is really weak, and I don't think that until Shakur gets to an even higher level, he'll be able to demand what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He, at some point, he still felt very, it felt almost as though he was at the same level with his whole little, like all the little young guys that are coming up in the sport.
Right.
And
It seemed like with him going up in weight now, it's like he's back to square one. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, just as a whole, I mean, it just I was disappointed with the card as a whole, the opponent. But I knew going in that, from the press conference that it would be a, talent against a bag of bums.
Right.
So when people talk about Shakur, he's not fighting this, I don't think that's his call.
Right.
I think they're stepping him to Bob Arum and his son-in-law or whatever, I think it's his son-in-law. They're kind of like just piecing him off a little bit at a time, because you look at the fact that Devin was with Danzan, and Devin got the opportunity to fight Loma like immediately. The way it has been moved along with his father.
Yeah, but plus he fights down in Australia that they didn't think he would take. And once he had them belts, Bob like, nah, I don't think Bob wants. I think this is the thing. I think Bob wants to make sure that he can give Devin as many fights as he can, because he doesn't want to lose those belts.
Yeah.
And so if you pass Loma, you still got Shakur Stevenson that's still there. So who else could Devin fight at a top rank besides Shakur Stevenson if he will fight him? You know what I mean? I'm not saying Devin will or
Yeah,
not. We
wants
don't
to keep
know.
them in house. And I think they're building up for them to fight, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think
and
they're I think they're
T-Word,
building up that fight.
T-Word just point, and everybody just came in the chat. Salute everybody. Appreciate you guys coming in. T-Word just put up, he said it was a WBC eliminator to become Devin's #1 contender in Mando. So that was the reason for that fight. I'm glad T pointed that out. Yeah, because I remember that's
for
what
the
it was.
fight with Yokishino.
Yeah.
His last fight.
Yep. That
Oh,
was
wow,
the
that's
mandatory.
excellent.
So now you are the contender. And then they said that he will be they'll mandate that fight.
So let me ask you, who do you have? Is
Right now,
I'm asking that question for everybody, like whoever's in the
here.
chat.
Okay, so Dion wants to know, guys, everybody in the chat, what's y'all's thoughts with Shakur and Devin? Who do y'all see winning that fight? Me personally, I like
Diane, you know who you got?
oh my Tristan, I don't know. I don't know, man. Shakur is a beast, man. He's a beast. I like Devin.
I got Shakur.
I think
I like
Devin
Devin. I like Devin.
might help Devin a little bit because Devin got that long.
I'm for Shakur.
Yeah,
He has some grit in him that I see. And I mean, damn, he is like so accurate. It's crazy. Like he's really sharp. He's sharper than Devin. Although I will say this, when I first saw Devin, I was like super impressed.
Right.
Just technically, just like, oh, but then over the last like 2 years, I'm like, not sold. Not sold.
You think competition? You think it's this competition? Or what do you think it is? Dion? She called back. Salute everybody just came in. Dre, salute Dre, clean cut. Salute. Try to Will. Devin has trouble with a southpaw jab, and Curry don't get hit. Yeah. That will be a really good technical fight. It seems like he's a little bit more polished. He really does. All right, here she goes. Here she goes. Here she goes.
From the approach. I think he overthinks it. I definitely think he has more to him than what he exhibits.
Who is this? Who
I think he plays it. This is Devin.
Okay.
Devin Haney. Devin, yeah. I think he overthinks it and he plays way too safe.
Right.
And I don't think he completely trusts himself. I mean, because he could have washed Kambosos. He could have washed him. But he just kept it very limited.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you gotta stretch yourself some. You know, when you say you're the best, no matter who we are, when we're the best, we stretch.
Yeah.
We don't confine ourselves, you know. Yeah. And I think he overthinks it. I think he does have ability. And I think he has a great IQ, but he's not willing to exercise it. And with Shakur is willing to use every tool. He's pulling them out from all types of places, and we've barely seen what he can do. You know, I think he's going to be at his best when you put him in there with somebody like a Tank. I believe when you put Shakur versus Tank, that's when we're going to see the best of him.
I agree.
He needs a challenge.
Yeah, Shakur
challenge.
needs a Tank. Listen, I think all those guys need a challenge, really, to be honest. I really do.
They do. All of them,
I think,
including Tank.
Yeah, including Tank.
But I think Tank is better opposition.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tank has had the opposition. I mean, he came in like I was really impressed with Mario Barros. He scrapped. Excuse me. Yeah. I mean, even Pitbull Cruz. Yeah. He came in to fight, but no real IQ. I think it takes someone like Devin, because now it's not just, it's a real chess match, and that's when we'll see how sharp Tank's IQ really is. Because I mean, I think it's clear. Like people say, "Oh, he's just power," but I beg to differ. I really sets up his thing. You know, you gotta bring some ass to get some ass.
Yeah.
I think that will hurt him. You know, medically, that will hurt him. But then he has a big head, so I don't know. You know, like his little head is so strong. Like he's taking. Obviously, it's not good to get hit, but he's willing to go in. You know how you respond. Like he's calculating so much. When he fights.
Right. What's your thoughts?
I think it will be competitive in Ryan's favor, probably the first 4. And then I think Tank is going to pick up, as he always does, and he's going to punish him from that point forward. And by 8, 9, 10 latest, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think the only thing that if Ryan punches, if his power is the way they say it is, the way he's hit other people, but again, we know Tank takes a damn punch. His little big head, he could take a punch. So I don't know, but if Ryan has like super mega Deontay Wilder type knockout power, he may be able to win through a knockout that way. But if he can't get him out of it in the first week, is going to punish him.
Yeah.
He's going to punish him.
And I think Tank wants to make a statement. Tank wants to make a statement, but I like Ryan. I think where Ryan's problem was all those fights that Ryan has missed. Ryan's missed a lot of fighting while these guys have been growing, and Ryan has been doing other stuff, pulling out of fights and saying this and doing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to hurt Ryan.
He has. I mean, Tank, he's fought like 3 times.
Right.
And Ryan hasn't, but Tank has fought Ryan. Like personally, I like Ryan Garcia. I like him as a personality.
Yeah.
I will not dismiss him as a fighter because he's in boxing. The boxing industry as a whole, to me, has been watered down. In terms of talent level. He's good. He's a good fighter. But I don't think he's great. Like I saw someone I'm talking to, they're like, Ryan is at the top. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. He's not the fourth king. I'm sorry. I can't eat that one. I just don't see it. But I will know him as talented. I think he has speed. But I don't think that he can beat Tank.
Nah.
I think whatever Tank gives in that ring, they need mercy. And that's something that nobody possesses. Like he wears them down to where it's like mercy. Like he beats the brakes off of them. You know, it's like you can just see it's just, they're just, you know, then it's like, okay, now you get the kill shot. And that's it.
Yep.
You know, so.
Yep. And he picks them apart. You're right. He picks them apart. He wears them down mentally. All of them. You'll see them all do pretty good at first. And at the end, he'll go ahead and close the show. The thing about Tank is he can close the show. He really can at any time. And
I mean, beautifully. None of them have it like that. It's just no. Devin is not closing any show. I don't know what the hell is going on with him.
Dion said like, beats him into submission too. I mean, Diana.
Like, come on,
Diana
like
said
what?
Yeah.
What did Diana say?
She said beats him into submission. Tank beats him into submission.
Oh yeah, it's like, yo, he's like that, and you know, and he starts to stalk, and he has this little thing, and you can see when it's coming.
Yeah, you really can.
You see what, because he's like, oh, I said, oh yeah, he's about to turn up. Like it's at will. It's a switch. It's not okay. Let me find out what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna close my eyes and hit him. You know, no.
Yeah, those are not lucky punches. Those are not lucky.
No. It's not lucky. Let me see what I can hit him with. Ooh, you know, no. It's like he puts in that work and it pays dividends. And then he's like, I'm going to get you right now. One. And then you can just see and he can see it.
Yeah.
And it's not always an obvious punch. It's not always obvious.
Yeah.
That means he had to see something. He knew. You know, it wasn't, oh, your head is just here. Yeah. No, it's here and I'm going to catch you. No, he knew in advance. He knew a sniper. You know how sniper, they factor in the wind. They factor in the distance. They factor in, they know your ass is going to be right there at a certain point and it's boop, right there. They got you. That's how Tank is. I'm sorry.
B Megastar's comment. He said he beat Hector blind. So, B Megastar said Tank beat Hector blind. Hector Garcia, and Tank did because remember he couldn't see.
Oh yeah, he was like,
said he beat him blind.
I can't see. And listen, and he was the one that beat up little Chris Colbert. He had Chris Colbert under pressure, and then Tank. He walked out. He couldn't. He's like, I can't see. He beat him.
Yeah.
He beat him blind.
They talking about I was seeing spots.
He probably still can't see.
He probably still can't see. T-Word said Tank Earl. T-Word said Tank Earl, Bud, Wilder, Mel all have that next gear, that turn up gear. Yeah, they do. They have that gear that when they ready to turn up and go on the end, they can.
Wait, he said Wilder?
He said Wilder, yeah. He said Tank, Earl, Bud, Wilder, Mel. They all have that next gear when they need to turn up and knock somebody out. They can.
I think I can't give that to. I can't give Wilder. You
don't think Wilder's got knockout power when he needs it?
He has knockout power, but he's just throwing it. You know what I mean? He's gonna throw it, but it's no turn up. Like he's just gonna
so
fucking
he's not ready to
turn. Head. Like I'm a Gamma. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that level, like I beat you down as no.
Say you run up on him with a hammer, you got that hammer with him. Say Wilder got that hammer right along with him, right?
He just got a hammer. He just got a hammer. He just got a baseball bat. He don't even know. He just wailing. You know what I mean? He just gonna hit you, bow. You know that's it. Yeah, turn up. No, I will even give
Diana
that
said,
to
absolutely knock you to outer space.
yeah, like he just got some damn weapon that you know what I mean. Just nuclear bomb, boom, and it's over. You know what I mean? It's just it's no turn up to that. Like, let me give you a little bit of spray of the radiation. Let me, give her, boom, boom, boom. We're gonna get a few people, and then no, it's just boom.
He's always got that power hand cocked back at all times, don't he? Ready for it.
Oh my God! Listen, it's actually ridiculous to look. I'm sorry. I like him as a, but I just, oh my, he's the most like. I can't believe when I look at, say, what Mike Tyson did, Evander Holyfield, technically, and then I look at Deontay, it's painful for me. It's just, it's very difficult. Like, that's why I'm so excited about Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, somebody that fights like a heavyweight. My grandfather was a heavyweight boxer. So, like, I'm used to speed, agility, movement, not sloppy and,
wild.
speed movement.
Wild, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You have a problem with the wildness of it, huh?
Just not technically sound.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not.
Movement.
But you know what? Like they said, style makes fight.
He
Listen,
hit you.
he's got that one style, that one hitter quitter. That's all he needs, huh?
But I love him fighting with Tyson Fury though. They're like two freaking titans. It looks like a movie.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see those guys back in the ring. Wilder, I can't wait to see him back in the ring.
Terrible. They both look terrible, but it's like, wow. Fury looks crazy. It looks like Larry, Curly, and Moe and one person fighting. But he's doing some amazing shit. That's what messes me up with Fury, because he's like he's slipping punches. He's got some footwork, but it looks so weird because he's 7 feet
big
tall,
and out of shape. He got that tire going around his stomach. I was asking everybody one day. I said, "How is it the most out of shape fighters are in better shape?" Tyson Fury definitely has a tire around his waist, right? But he can fight 12 rounds.
The slab is moving as he's getting punching, and I just can't. But I honestly, I have no respect for the boxers of this generation who go out there and say they're professionals, and they have fat rolls all over their backs. It disgusts me. I see it. You need a double D bra to hold you up, sports bra, because it's disgusting.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
Like,
you see somebody like Anthony Yard that tires out. You see these fighters that tire out 9th, 10th round, but you see someone like Tyson Fury that goes the whole 12. No matter how many times he gets hit, get knocked down, he get right up. Is that not the wildest thing?
Like, it's the crazy. He raises up from the dead. Like, you're like, oh, it's over.
Did he not raise up like the vampire in Brooklyn, like a vampire come up out of a casket? He just back up. You're like, how the hell that happened?
He came up like the call, like he's coming out of a coffin. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna go up. Oh my God, he is the biggest. But I'm a Fury fan. I'm a Fury, like, Tyson Fury, I'm a fan. Like, he's unbelievable.
Listen, I don't know what that dude is taking, but Rick James said that's a hell of a drug. You know what I mean? I don't know what Fury is on. Something pulls him up. Because listen, I said he's out. It's over.
Fight.
Next thing I know, he just got right back up. What's up, Will?
No.
Oh, Will didn't participate with us tonight, man. Well, hope you have a good night, Will. He said he's out. Will,
listen. Fury, it's bizarre.
Yeah,
it's bizarre how he, it's really bizarre. But I like him. But I don't like the lack of. Oh, I know I was about to say. I think it's the fight in him. You know, some people are born fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Then some people learn to fight, but it's not in their spirit. For instance, like a Devin, I don't think Devin has fight in his spirit. I just think he's raised and reared and he's developed talent. Because, you know, you can develop the talent, but I don't think he has that in him.
You don't think he has that dog in him? You don't think he's got the dog in him?
No.
You think that if it comes down to it,
think,
and he's got a, you know, it's a battle of what's in your heart. You think he's gonna lack a little bit, you think?
I think he's going to fail in that area. I think he's gonna fail. I think that's the difference between him and Shakur. I think Shakur is gonna go dig down deep. I believe there's some gutter in there, you know?
Right.
I think there's some and I think that's what takes you forward, you know? That heart. I don't think he has heart. I mean, if you don't have heart against Cambosos, like,
you don't think he had heart against Cambosos? He did good against Cambosos.
No.
Cambosos couldn't bring nothing out of him. I don't think.
Listen, he should have beat the brakes off of him. Brakes. I mean, he beat him, yeah.
Right.
So he can. Like, okay, you can. You have the talent to do so. Show the fuck out. Prove us wrong.
You want to see Devin beat him down? Is that what you want to see?
Beat his ass. When you can beat somebody's ass, beat it. Beat it. Spank him. Spank him. You're in here with me. You need to get spanked. Bottom line, I'm whooping your ass.
You want Devin to be a little more vicious.
They need to go to the corner and be like, Devin blind me. I can't see. I lost my eye. My ribs broke. You know, like you need to. No, you're a fighter. Like, who fights? I'm sorry, this hit and not be hit. No, listen.
So you want to see some more viciousness out of Devin? You think Devin's a really good boxer, but you don't think he has that dog in him that what Chris Colbert said he had, and Chris Colbert, when it came down to it, Chris Colbert didn't have the dog in him. So you think Devin might be a little bit of that?
And you see what happened to him. Once he got touched, and it's like, oh, I'm not really what I say I am. Because, you know, that's the shit that plays in a person's mind. They get hit. You never been hit. Oh, shit, I don't know what to do. I don't,
Diana said,
you're stuck like Chuck.
Diana said she think that he did the second fight. She said because Cambosos' head was kind of a little bit beat up, a little bit bloody.
He had a low on his face. No, we're talking about beat into subjection. Mercy. Whoop his ass. He's a little twerp. He's a little do. Like, beat him. Beat him.
Marquis says Shakur blows Devin out. It'll be extremely competitive each round, but Shakur beats Devin all 12 rounds. Be a close fight, but he think he'll beat him the whole time. So you agree with that?
I don't think the whole 12. No, I can't give Devin. I can't dismiss Devin like that. I do think that. I think Shakur will definitely give the most punishment. I think the rounds will appear almost equal in terms of who's getting touched, but I believe that Shakur is going to have more power punches. He's going to have the more effective, you know, he's going to inflict more punishment.
Right.
He's going to inflict more punishment. He is. And that's where the distinction will be. That's what the distinction, I believe, will be. But I believe it's like, you know, he's just going to just blow out completely. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't have, then I wouldn't say that would take, I'd blow it.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that Tank is gonna just blow out Ryan. You know what I mean? Like, he's just gonna walk in and be like, boom, 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 boom. No.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Because these guys, once you start getting to the other level, it's not as easy. You know what I mean? It makes the fights more competitive. They have to be more skeptical because the thing that Tank got to work is Ryan could land that punch. Ryan got some power. He got a little bit of power. And
Let's
Ryan is
see.
long.
Let's-
Ryan is long, but you know.
He is long. He is long, but he's proven that he can fight rangy, long fighters.
Yep.
You know,
I cannot wait for
He
the
fought
22nd.
rangy.
I tell you that. I'm on the edge of my
Oh
seat. I
my
can't wait for
God.
that one. And I want to see who
Are
calls
you-
out
who's
somebody else.
going
out
to
there.
the fight? Who's going to the fight? You anybody going to the fight?
Yeah, hey guys.
I wanted to go
Who's
so
all in here
bad.
going to the fight? Anybody going to the fight? I think T no. T, did you go to that? Or are you gonna be out there right around that time? I'm not sure if T
I
said
think
he
he
was
said he
going.
was going to be around. I think he said. I remember him saying he was going to be around
Yeah.
that time.
That's a real good fight. I was
Yeah.
trying to save mine to get to watch this Spence and Crawford thing. And now they're saying that Spence might yeah, Spence and Crawford. Now they're saying that Boots might be fighting Thurman.
Wow.
They said that might
would
happen.
be great.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
That would be great. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Young
okay.
blood versus an old pro.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, Thurman showed Mario Barrios a thing or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. If he were more active, I think he would be really great. But
Yeah.
know.
Thurman needs to get back in there like pretty quick. But I would love to see Boots and Thurman. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see both of them.
And
Good.
that'll be a step up because I think it would be too quick for him to do Boo versus Spence. You know,
But Thurman would be everybody. Spence and Crawford is still a little ahead of Boots. You know, a little bit. You know what I mean?
That is going to happen.
Well, no. I'm saying that we think that Boots is not really ready for those two guys after his last fight. We still think it's a little bit less.
No.
He needs another one. And Thurman is not all the way back to the old Thurman. So those two dudes would be meeting at that level to see if Boots beats Thurman, he's ready. If Thurman beats Boots, then Thurman's back. You know what I mean? He's back.
Mm-hmm.
And Diana says she thinks Thurman takes Boots. I do too. I think Thurman will take Boots.
I do too. I do too, Diana. I do too. I don't think he's ready. Listen, he wasn't ready for that journeyman that
he couldn't make the right adjustments with Karen. You know what I mean? And I tell you what, Boots let out something. I'm gonna try to get him out of there. Karen was like, "Nah, I'm not having that shit. You're not coming here and knock me out, bro. I'm on my bike." And Keith Thurman does the bike better than anybody.
Oh my gosh. Yes, he does. And he got some shit when he comes back on his bike and he gonna come back and hit you right with a crazy jab right in your fucking face. Like he is I love me some Keith Thurman, man. I just wish his career hasn't it's just gone in like the weirdest direction. And the weird thing about him is that he's so young.
Yeah, Keith is still young. Keith is still young. And AAR says somebody's keeping him on ice. Somebody might be paying. I think we're gonna see Keith back. You know what I mean? Because Keith gonna have to.
He needs to come back. Because he has like it's crazy because he seems super old because he's been like he's not really that old. But he's really like in the same age bracket as Terence Crawford and Spence.
Yeah,
I think maybe a year, a year.
Keith Thurman is younger than Bud. Crawford. Bud is 35.
Yeah, 35. So he's like 34, right?
Yeah, Keith Thurman's like 30. Yep, 34, 33, 34, something like
34,
that. So Keith,
yeah. But he seems like he's 40. It's so weird.
Because he's been around for so long.
But because he's been around, yeah, he seems like 3-ish to me. And his personality is kind of like older, you know? He's very mature. He doesn't seem like a 30-something at all. Yeah, I really don't think that Boots is ready for the likes of Keith Thurman. I really don't. If Keith Thurman is at his best, if he can display the best side of himself, even if it's at a lower level than he's been, I don't think that he can do anything. Youngblood can't do nothing with him.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see it though, because Keith got to get back. I don't think Keith is ready to retire just yet. But I'd like for him to have to go through Boots too. I think that's a fight
it would be a
that
waste
should
of
have
talent.
Yeah,
It should.
Yeah.
That's a great
And Keith 34,
fight.
so he knows he doesn't have a whole lot left. You know what I mean? 34. But one of the things is Keith done took some time off, so that rest, he's not beat up, but so he still got I say Keith can come in and make a good run for the next 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. He could do that. Just have some good back-to-back fights, get that ring rust on off of him, and come on back. Yeah.
Yeah. And make some money too.
Yeah, that's some good
as long
stuff.
as he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight Spence because if he fights Spence is going to retire him. That's the crazy thing about Errol Spence. They never come back the same, So
Kobe Review said he thinks Ryan beats Shakur Stevenson at a catchweight.
Shakur, what? Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, he said he thinks that Ryan would beat Shakur Stevenson at a catchweight.
Ryan Garcia?
Yep, would beat Shakur Stevenson.
Okay, all right. Hey.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
And Diana said she think that they rushed him a little bit. She said they think they gotta give these young guys a chance. But hey, Diana, but when these young guys don't stop, young guys, what can you do? You're like, hey, okay, you keep saying you're ready, but
who's rushing? I mean, they have to fight. I mean, I'm sorry. It was painful to watch these guys fight a bag of bums. It was painful. I'm inside of the Prudential Center, like my head hurts.
Yeah,
it's not competitive enough. They got to step up. You got to get, I would love, for instance, to see Keyshawn versus Frank Martin.
Yeah, but Keyshawn ain't ready for that. But if he keeps saying he's ready, let him have it.
That. I would love to see that. I don't think it's a rush. I don't think it's a rush. Let's not build somebody up to what they're really not from a marketing team. Let's get this out the way for the fans and for the boxer. You say who you are, you fight, you say you can beat him. School ground, let's get it. Let's
get it, huh?
Now we know Keyshawn is not, or Frank Martin is not. I got Frank Martin.
You got Frank? I got Frank Martin in that one too. Big Dog Salute. He said that I hate marinating fights. Make the damn fights. He said he don't like the marinating fights.
Don't marinate. Just fight. Listen, back in the days, it wasn't all that. Like, you got to take your time. You got to do this. You got to do, just fight.
Yeah.
It's no fun. It just takes away from the sport.
Right.
It takes away from the sport. It doesn't make it. That's why everyone's into the UFC, because people going in there kicking, biting, scratching, digging, kneeing, choking. People want to see people engage. Not you go in there with someone who is, like, for instance, Yigit fighting Keyshawn Davis. Did you see that?
Oh, you talking about the other night?
The other night, yeah.
Yeah. I saw.
Yigit fought. That was like Jerry Lewis fighting.
Yeah. He pulled it out, but he's still a little green, man. He's a little green. He think he's better than what he is, but he ain't had that many fights. He ain't even made it to 10 fights yet.
No.
So he needs a little bit more seasoning, but he keeps crying for it.
And that's why you got to be all the more serious about what the fuck you're doing. I don't want to see all the playing around. Go in there and put on a clinic at the level that you're at. That makes me say, you know what? Maybe you can give Martin some trouble. But you're going in there playing around and you fighting Jerry Lewis, and Jerry Lewis is it's just like, it was Like, come on, I can execute a punch better than that. And I'm a girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not a
Right.
trained boxer. You know, like I can throw a punch. You're fighting, you know, they fighting people like that. Even the Yoshino guy. It's like, come on. Like,
Mm-hmm. And Diana said these damn rock star fighters need to flip and fight and quit all the shenanigans. And I agree with that. They all listen.
yeah.
I think after the win of Tank and Ryan and Loma and Devin, those two winners need to fight.
That's it.
I think they need to fight. And then maybe a Shakur Stevenson or whatever else after that. But I think those two guys, because right now you got the most popular group and the group that's got the more belts, right? So you need to combine the two.
So the belts right now are always top rank.
Yeah.
Which is not really top rank because he did a 3-fight deal.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is his last fight. So Devin's got to win this fight, and then you'll see what happens.
It's not. He's aged. His last fight, wasn't the same. I saw age.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And Devin's going off about that. He said, "Man, y'all can't call Lomachenko old because he's younger than Crawford. He's the same age as
because age isn't chronological." It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
For
each
instance,
fighter, age
Crawford,
can be different.
Terrence Crawford is young.
Yeah.
Terrence, he still got some shit in there. I mean, who was what? You know what I mean? He doesn't have any wear and tear on him. He doesn't have any wear. But someone who's had some wear and tear, they age differently.
Well,
Loma just did not.
Loma had like, what was it, 300 and some amateur fights, same way Canelo had all those fights. So a lot of that stuff catches up. You know what I mean? Those years and years of fighting back to back. Saw. Yeah. So you like you said, you never do. You don't know. We don't know. So
he looked like a old timer. Like it was like like it was interesting to watch him. His last fight, and I saw him fight. Who was it? Was it Comey or? I saw him fight somebody at Madison Square Garden. I was like, huh? Because before that, it was like, the pound for pound. So once I finally got a chance to see him, I was like, oh, wow, I'm not impressed at all.
And Marquis said, nah, Loma ain't old. They just creating a narrative. Loma is still in his prime. He just fighting better competition.
He's not. No. The man has aged. And you know what? If you have a good eye, you'll see what happens when he fights Devin.
Yeah.
Because Devin is not going to put no real heat on him. And we're going to see whatever Devin puts out there, how he handles it. And I think it's old man Sam. Serious. He's like old. It's slow. His responses were slow. And that's the first thing you look at when you see a boxer. How do they respond? Their responses. And if you go back to his last fight, it was delayed. Lots of delayed responses, slower punches, like, yeah, oh, wow. What was that? Slow, delayed. Go back to the chat. Go back and watch him. If you're watching, you can see age on him.
Let me ask you this.
You can see age.
If Devin stops him, not just takes him to the scorecard, does Devin get a little extra credit for stopping Loma?
Absolutely. He's supposed to.
You think he should? You think he's supposed to stop Loma?
Yeah.
But Loma's a smart fighter. It's gonna be hard to stop a guy like Loma.
Yeah, it's gonna hit him. But listen, you figure it out. That's what you're there to do. Figure shit out. That's what a boxer does. Figure it out.
You're brutal. You know that? You're brutal. She's like that. You're supposed to go there and knock him out. You want to see the dog come out in Devin real bad, don't you?
Stop him.
Say stop.
He's a man. He can be stopped. He has a jaw. 4 pounds, what is it? 4 pounds of pressure? Hit him.
Hit him.
Right. You see it? You see that head? He's not perfect. He's not perfect at every moment. Nobody fights perfectly.
Yeah.
No one. I don't care how good you are. Even Shakur, as great as he is, he'll have a moment, a lapse, or a second where he's overly confident, or there's always a lapse with everyone. Do what you got to do. He should whoop his ass.
Y'all don't have no faith in Devin. Brian said Devin hits like a 130 pounder. That's sad.
Listen. I honestly, I really truly believe that it's not even so much of how he's hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he has more in him. I don't think
he calculates instead of going there and trying to get the job done. Got you.
It's overthinking it. It's like, or his father has him trained to, you know what I mean? I mean, he came out of the Floyd. He started out with Floyd, so it's like their narrative also, like the way he wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different. Oh, it's
you're just
Floyd.
not seeing that viciousness out of him, that killer instinct.
I just listen. The killer instinct is what's going to take you to the next level when the other shit you got going on isn't working.
Right.
You can't keep everybody off of you because at some point you're gonna slow up. Right. Nobody fights perfectly. You're a fighter. That's what a fighter does. A fighter fights. Have you ever been in a fight?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever been in a fight, Shobo?
Of course, a bunch.
When you fought?
Yeah.
When you fought, you gave it up, right?
Yeah.
The spirit of fighting is that you give it up. You don't have to lose your composure, but the spirit is there. You gotta push harder.
Yeah.
It can't just be this light, I'm just can't touch me. No, fight. And that's what I believe that Shakur has been able to show, that he has grit and he has power. You got some power in your hands. You're hitting the bag. You're exercising. There's power. They're not weak. You got weaker guys that can knock people out.
They come. Marquise said, Devin hits like pillows, but nobody's yet had been able to walk him down. He said, make it make sense. If is Devin pillow fisted, why ain't nobody walking through him? What's your thoughts on that?
If Devin is pillow fisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He said, he's saying,
I agree.
He's saying Devin is supposed to be pillow fisted, but nobody's yet to walk through there. So why do you think that is?
Agree. I agree. He has enough skill that he can keep someone off.
Right.
But it's not enough. It's still not enough to put somebody down.
Okay, gotcha.
Shakur, on the other hand, has showed that you cannot. You're not walking me down, and I'm putting you on your ass.
Yeah. Shakur put dude on his butt twice.
And I'm putting you on your ass.
Yeah,
I'm putting you on your ass. You said I have pillow fist. Fill these. Okay, Devin, show up. So yeah, you got something that'll keep somebody off your ass. Okay, but you know what? There's some people that can move past that. There's somebody that can move past that.
So basically, you're saying it's like Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant throws those punches, but somebody like Benavidez is not gonna be there for them punches. Like, oh man, this is nothing, dog. I'm eating tonight. So he's gonna come walk you down and knock you on that. Is that what's gonna happen? He gonna run into somebody, because that would be. I
mean, eventually.
Would that be Tank? Would that be somebody Tank? You think it'd be somebody like Tank?
I would say, oh, you already told you that. When we started the conversation, it's going to be someone like Tank. That's going to push all that. Yeah, you may execute with the jab, 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 jab. You may execute the jab, and then he's going to figure out a way around that. Somebody's going to figure out a way how to move around that. They're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I see you did that. Okay, now I'm going to do this. And then now I'm going to step back. I got you. You know what I mean? Everybody isn't stuck like Chuck. There's going to be like, I'm running the jab. Oh, the jab is running. I'm not going to the jab. Ooh, the jab. Ooh, the jab. I can't get past it. Oh, he's impenetrable. Oh, come on. Like, stop it. Like, come on. You can't do that with Ellen. The jab is just too much. How many people have had great jabs? Larry Holmes had a great jab. You need a jab until you see a jab like his jab. People penetrated that jab, and Devin is no Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Well, we'll see what Devin can do.
So,
hopefully Devin will pull something out. We'll find out. We'll see what he do with this Loma situation.
I want to see. Listen, I think he's going to beat Loma, but I'm praying that he will do it in a wonderful fashion.
I agree.
You know, this is the part that people don't. This is why Tank is so loved, because he shows out.
Yeah.
He shows out. He performs. Like that's why I watch the sport. I mean, I do watch the sport for technical reasons as well. Like I love a fighter who is solid.
Right.
Fundamentally. I love that. But at the same time, when you get to another level, let's take it up a notch. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then especially when you fight lesser talent, and you can't fight like I'm saying you fight that makes sense. Like, oh, he's hard to get out of there. But you fight and big somebody, you know what I mean? It's like you couldn't get him out of here. You couldn't knock him out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Like it's you fighting people that are lesser than you, and you still. I'm giving technical. I'm jabbing. No, show up, show out. You're in the gym. You have muscles. You don't.
T-Words want to tell you that T-Words said Holmes' jab is legendary. He wanted to tell you that.
Oh yes, yes. That jab was beautiful, man. He flicked that joint out there like, ooh, you know. So yeah, and somebody got around that jab, you know. So you can't jab people to death. You gotta have something else. You gotta have that.
Everything
too.
works off of it.
You need to have that too.
Yeah.
You need to have you need to have that hammer after the jab. you need the Beyonce, you know, like you need to have that, and you. Yeah, that's what I need to see. But you know, everybody doesn't have that. Yeah, no, but everybody doesn't have it. So I think, you know, and also the other thing a lot of people talked about was his age. Like, you know, he has to come into his manhood,
power,
you know, mature a little bit. Yeah, like become like a little older. You know, that man strength that you guys get.
T said
when you get like into the late 20s.
T said that Devin's issue isn't power. He just doesn't sit down on his punches as well.
Yeah. I would agree.
Devin moves. Devin does that. But Devin's going to have to. But you know what? We have to see what he does at 140. I'm starting to think that that 135 is getting to be a little bit hard for him to make. But he said he's going to stay there for the rest of the year at least. So we'll find out.
I got one. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. I would love to see that.
You like to see that? At first, I had to see what Devin does at 140. At 135, I wanted to see it, but I need to see what he'll do at 140. Yeah, because T.O. is already at 140, and he's going to fight Josh Taylor. So we'll see what T.O. is made of with this next fight. This next fight is going to tell it all. But Devin needs at least one or two fights.
I think Teofimo had a lot of promise. I think he was way better, but his mental, something's working up there.
I think something else is going on too.
I don't think it was for lack of talent. You know, I don't think with him and his right mind, Kambosos could ever be him. I don't think so. But I think there's something going on. I think, you know, sometimes that father dynamic, his dad is like toxic.
Yeah,
yeah, something's wrong there.
yeah. Hopefully he'll get that. I think what's going on with outside the ring, whatever's going on with that. But I think some of that stuff went to his head a little bit. But I don't know.
It went to his head. Yeah, he started acting crazy when he got
Yeah,
when he beat Loma. Oh my God,
and then
he showed
didn't
his
want to
ass.
fight Devin, and he's telling them that these guys need 5 years to get ready to fight him, and it's like, come on, man, you guys,
Yeah,
all
he
you
went.
all
He
need to
went.
fight.
But listen, that's why. That's why he didn't last.
Yeah.
That lack of humility.
Oh yeah. I don't think he would have beat those guys at once. I like T.O., but the one that fought Cambosis and the one that fought Loma, they wouldn't have beat Devin. He wouldn't have beat Devin or Tank or none of them guys. Not that version of him. Because for the reason when he fought Loma, I wasn't really impressed when he fought Loma. Because Loma, few rounds, Loma didn't even throw 7 punches. You're supposed to take Loma out. You were a bigger fighter.
No.
He should have ran through Loma. And he didn't. He really didn't do too much. And then when he got knocked down, he got up and really started fighting. But it's like something else is going on. I like Teofimo Lopez, but it's just something happened. And now he's going here to fight Josh Taylor, and that's going to tell us all the story on T.O. It's either going to make it or break it. That's going and Josh Taylor is not going to lay down on that one. He's definitely not laying down on that one.
Yeah, I agree. When Loma turned on, it was a different story.
It was.
But Loma just waited too late.
Yep, he did.
And the Loma that I saw in that fight, although he was delayed, is definitely not the Loma of today.
Yeah,
it's not like
we'll see how he does this fight. We'll see how he does this fight, but both of them we'll see. And you know what? Fighters are going to fight too. You're going to look who, but I just don't think that Devin's just going to run through him. But Devin is going to bring out a little bit more out of Devin because now Devin knows Loma can damn fight. Loma can fight. And Loma's got some defense. You're not just going to throw a jab and that's just going to be it. I don't think. But he's going to definitely use that jab to work off of. So it's going to be some skill in this one. It's going to be some skills. It's going to be a good
Loma's going to
fight.
he's going to throw his back. He's going to throw the jab and Loma's going to be behind his back. Where this little motherfucker go? Loma fights like a little matador.
T. Hunt said the fake Undisputed did it. Yeah, everybody was claiming Undisputed, and those guys weren't undisputed. Teofimo or Cambosis wasn't undisputed.
Tio or Cambosis.
They weren't undisputed.
That's that ESPN thing,
Yeah.
Oh, it's trying to clean. I'm about to go to bed.
All right. Well, have a good one, young lady. Appreciate it.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Salute.
But yeah, man, I'm so glad she came on. But yeah, man, there's going to be some really good fights out there. I want to see, listen, all jokes aside, I am happy we finally getting to see what we wanted to see. We've been asking for this stuff, and now we getting it. We got Loma and Shakur. Loma and Devin. We got Tank and Ryan. So that's going to clear up part of that division of what we all thinking. That's going to get some of that out. So now hopefully we'll get the winner of them two, Loma and Devin versus Tank and Ryan. If we can get that, then we're all on the right track at 135. Because the reason why we got to go ahead and get that one is we got to get that one out of the way real quick because you got the other guys like Frank Martin coming up in the play. You know what I'm saying? You got Keyshawn. You got these guys trying to get up. Going on now. We need these guys to do what they're going to do, play out what their story is. Then they're going to play their story on out. There's no more marinating in that one. Said Tank, Shakur, then Haney. Now, I think that the winner of Tank and Ryan versus the winner of Loma and Devin. I like to see that first. And the reason why I like to see that first because you got the most popular two in that 135 weight class is is Tank and Ryan. So that's the popular crew. Then you got the belts. So the belts and the popular crew need to combine. So that way, whoever wins that Tank and Ryan, they get a shot at the belts. And then that ends all that who's the best once and for all. Then we can get that out of there. We combine the face. Everybody said maybe the face of boxing, what's going to happen with Ryan and Devin, and Tank. Then you get that with the belts. Oh, ranking them in order. Okay, I got you. But that's what we need to see. We definitely need to see that like right now. I mean, that's what's going down. But I'm so happy that we finally getting it. You know what I'm saying? We're finally getting it. 135 needs to go ahead and finish this tournament on out. And that's what it is. That's what it's coming down to is a tournament. Get them guys out of the way and then see what's up. And I think Shakur Stevenson deserves his shot at the top. But this is what I think. I think, to be honest, now that he's supposed to be the WBC mandatory, I think that somebody like if Pitbull Cruz want to get up there and try to take a shot at that, because Devin, Loma, Tank, Ryan, if the winner of those two fight each other, Shakur is still sitting there looking for a dance partner. So guess what? If anybody else wants to get up there at the top, I think they should have to go through Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson needs another fight too. You know what I'm saying? That fight is over with, and that's what I think. Period. Said Devin ain't the same fighter against Southpaws. I might be smooting, but I'm standing on that. That's what Brian said. And that same thing T said, y'all. I don't know if you guys heard that. T said that if Loma gives Devin any problems with his jab, then he's gonna have to hang it up against Shakur Stevenson as a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? But we'll find out. Hope, man, listen, I'm so excited to find that out. I've been waiting on this for so long. Oh, man. So those other guys going to get skipped over. Thurman, Bud. The heavier Charlo. Talking about Jamal. Bobo. Boo-Boo Andre. It's a long, and these younger fighters starting to take over the spotlight. These older guys are taking too long. Yeah, I agree with you, Marquise. That's exactly what's going on. The older guys have taken too long to play their story out. Their story should already have been playing out. Their story should be spinning off now to where they all them really right now. They should already been in the midst of fighting each other. And then now the young guys are getting in the mix, and seeing where they stand. Says Shakur looked a little stronger this past week. Said Devin don't seem to be as strong or as durable as that. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will say this. No matter who Shakur was fighting, his competition might not have been the best in the world that he deserves, but it's a guy that tried him. But I do like what I saw to Shakur Stevenson. I do. Shakur looked like that weight. He wasn't tired because of the weight. I know at the end of the fight, he said that he got his second wind in and that he was going to go ahead and try to finish that guy on off, which he probably would have finished him on off. He said he was setting him up to go ahead and get him out of there, which would have been a good thing. But I think Shakur Stevenson showed me he's ready for 135, but I want to see him with another good match. I like to see him with Pitbull Cruz. I like to see him with one more good name that's sitting right outside the top. Just give him one good name right outside the top. Just one more. And I know he was saying that he would fight Frank Martin, but I don't want to see Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson right now. I think Frank Martin needs one or two more fights. Needs a couple more fights. I like Frank Martin, but I don't think he's as polished to be ready for this Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson he's a very polished fighter. You got to give it to him. The guy checks all the boxes just about. He's smart. He has defense. He knows angles. He knows timing. He knows how to read his opponent. He can hit. He can hit. He doesn't have that one hitter quitter power, but he has enough to stop you. And that right there showed me that he's ready, man. He didn't shrink. He don't seem like when he stepped up, there was a problem with him stepping up. And I like that. I like that a whole lot. Said Frank ain't ready. Nah, Frank ain't ready. Not ready for Shakur. Says Shakur is the closest thing you've seen to Mayweather. Oh, okay. Zach B. He said, I hope Devin has gotten better than the sparring that I've seen. If not, he's getting beat. and he can't beat Tank or Shakur. So Zach said he don't think that Devin beats Tank or Shakur at all. Says Shakur and Frank would be lit. You think so? I don't think so. I don't think Frank can box. Frank is good, but Shakur Stevenson is on a different level just right now. Just right now. Just right now. Yeah, Zach B, salute. Yeah, well, he don't think, you know, he see the better. You're talking about that sparring, but I think the sparring that they did, Zach, was back when Devin was I think Devin was 16 back then, wasn't he? When Devin and Shakur sparred, they was like 16. It's a big difference now. It's a big difference between being 16, 17 till now. Yeah. Say let all them big dudes fight. All that marinating is why the sport's all messed up. Yeah, older cats aren't shining right now. Yeah, they not. But you know what? They got a small window to go ahead and correct that, T-Hunt. They got a small window to correct that. And what I mean by small window, it's small. It's getting real small. Especially where Spencer Crawford and all them are, you know what I mean? And Keith Thurman, they all getting starting towards the end. Devin, Tank, Shakur, and Ryan, they right there at the 24, 25, 26, 27-ish. They all right there at the age bracket. They need to go ahead and play that one on out. So, oh, you say you seen a few since then? He's still the same boxer? Oh, okay, so you wasn't saying just the Shakur Stevenson tape. You just said all around sparring. You don't really think Devin has grown a whole lot? So you've seen a few of them boxing. Okay. Yeah. You know what though? I've seen some of Devin sparring, but you know, sparring is sparring. I just want to see them guys in the ring go at it. You know what I mean, Zach? I want to see them go at it in the ring. And that's what Shakur Stevenson said. He said, you know, we boxed a whole lot when we was younger. Devin was younger. He said, but we both say we got better, but I got the best of Devin on most of them. I feel like I got the best of Devin on all of them. But it's one way to find out. That was a sparring, amateur type. I mean, you know, I don't say amateur, but you know, sparring when they was a lot younger. But right now they both older. They ready to make it happen. So it's time to make it happen. Yeah, T-Hunt, this year and next year. Yeah, this is this year and next year. And what did Tank say? Tank said that he's thinking about retiring soon, but he wants to go ahead and fight all those guys before he retires. So hopefully he'll go ahead and knock those guys, get all that knocked out the way and see how that goes. That's my thoughts about it. You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts about it. So we'll see how that goes. So really in all trueness, you know, I don't think that it is a boogeyman at 135. I don't, me personally. I think that all these guys, it's just time for all of them to fight each other. And I just think that right now, everybody's trying to figure out how much money they're going to make. And I think that's the biggest thing. And then the belts and stuff is secondary. So we got to get them to kind of change this up to get these belts and all that stuff back into action. But the problem is, once these guys got belts, they act like they want to pick and choose who they want to fight. So you get people like Tank that make their name off not even having the belts. That's what Floyd did. Floyd moved Tank in the right direction. Says Shakur will be Tank's last fight. You think Tank will fight Shakur Stevenson? Oh, okay, Zach said boxing has a lot to do with habits. And even if you grow, you still have the same patterns. So some of those things that are in you are still in you. So some of those things, that's what Zach is saying. He's not saying that Devin is terrible. He's just saying that Devin's boxing, he hadn't seen a lot of growth. He's still seeing some of those habits that he finds that's not as good. Just patterns and some habits. Got you. I got you, Zach. Yeah, T-Hunt said he thinks Shakur would be Tank's last fight. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because if that's the case, they can get that real soon. ATL unanimous, salute. I think that, you know what, they could, if that's the case, this year right here could be the year within the next few months. They could get all that right now out on the table. Oh, Zach said he's a great boxer, though. But it's the difference between, yeah, I see what you're saying. Just can't beat those guys. Zach saying that Devin is a great boxer, but he don't think he beats Shakur Stevenson or Tank. He doesn't beat those guys. That's a good assessment. I mean, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I think the only thing that's in Devin's, I think that helps Devin. Devin a little younger, a little bit. I think that helps Devin is size. I think Devin has a little size on those guys, and Devin know how to use that size now. He's starting to grow into that. He knows how to use his range, his all that stuff. So I like that. I like that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. I got you, T Hunt. You saying that out of all those fighters, he wouldn't fight Shakur next. He'd probably fight Shakur last. Yeah, you're right. I think he would pick Devin first. I think since Devin has those belts, I think he would go with Devin next if he could, if they allow that to happen. I don't know if Floyd still has something to do with that or not, but I know Floyd wasn't letting that happen. And I know Tank is his own man now, but is Tank going to go ahead and step up and say, okay, I'm going to go do that? Yeah, so we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find that out. Hopefully, we'll see that soon. Say LB said F those belts. So fights never gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things. But Tank is still saying that he's making his own decisions now. And so this whole, I don't know. But I'm like all you guys. It's time to let these guys fight. It's time. We got a few months, about a year and a half that these guys can go ahead and bang all this out and get this all out the way. You know what I'm saying? These guys can get all this over with like right now. But I do like that the next two fights that we getting, it seems like that's going to answer a lot of questions. We'll know where Devin stands, Loma stands, Tank, and Ryan. We know where those cats stand after these in the next month or so. Month and a half, we'll know. Then we'll go on from there and see what happens. If Devin doesn't lose, then I don't think it's a rematch clause on Loma's end. If Devin loses, then there's a rematch clause. If Tank loses, there's a rematch clause. If Ryan wins, then yeah. But if Tank wins, it's not a rematch clause. So if both those two guys fight, we'll have to worry about rematch clauses. If Tank and Devin win, we don't have to worry about rematches. Only if they lose. So if they both get through their fights, then guess what? We'll see what's next. And we'll see what Tank says after he fights Ryan. What will he say next? Because Tank been taking them fights back to back. I salute Tank for that. You know what I'm saying? Tank could be one of these guys that can pick and choose his fights and go, well, I'm going to fight once, maybe twice a year. Think about it. On April the 22nd, when that fight is over with, Tank has had 2 fights this year. Already. It ain't 6 months, ain't even been out of the year yet. It ain't even been 5 months. So shit, Tank could take on 2 more fights this year if he really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say, listen, with the way Tank is fighting right now, and Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a dance partner, and then you got Devin versus Loma, mid-May, end of May. So you get both of those that ain't even June. So they could possibly make those fights by the end of the year if they both win. Yeah, Devin and Shakur on Top Rank, it could be. And Bob Arum will want to make that fight because Bob Arum is going to want the belts to stay with Top Rank. He's shooting for that. They ain't going to let that get away. You know what I'm saying? If Devin beats Loma, I guarantee you Bob is going to roll out the red carpet because that's it. That's the end of the 3-fight deal. If Devin beats Loma, then guess what? I guarantee you Bob will be pushing for Shakur Stevenson. Oh, yeah. Tank is the most active fighter. As of right now, yeah. But and then there's Devin. Devin's right there with him because Devin fought Kambosos back to back and then turned right around and got the Loma fight. So within a little short period of time, Devin them gonna have 3 fights back to back. Gerald Slay said, breaking news, everybody. Bud wants Tank for all the marbles. Apparently, Bud feels he beats Tank. He inherently beats Mayweather. So Haney got long ass arms and Shakur has short arms. Yeah. Hey, Devin's a bigger fighter. Hey, did you guys hear that though? Shakur Stevenson said, yeah, man. All right, they said, Devin said that he'll probably stick around at 135, and Shakur said, yeah. He might be a little bit drained. He said, but I'll take it. Hey, Shakur said that shit. Shakur said that. He said, yeah, Devin will be a little bit drained, maybe. He said, Devin might be a little bit drained trying to make the fight this year, but hey, I'll take it. Dion said her husband isn't sold on Shakur Stevenson. Why your husband say you got to see another fight? Another fight? I don't know. I think Oliver Goods looked there. He did what he's supposed to do in that fight, and he would have stopped that guy. I'm willing to bet you the ref stopped that fight, but it would have got dirty for that. It would have got bad for that dude a little bit later on in that fight. It would have. But hey, I ain't even upset with that. I ain't even upset with people saying they want to see Shakur Stevenson go at it one more time with somebody else. He said he should fight one of the Russell brothers. Only one down there is Gary Russell Jr. And Gary Russell Jr. is not at 135. And Gary Anton Russell is up at 140. So he doesn't have one in his class. Shakur Stevenson can't make it to 140 because Shakur said, I'm not moving up to 140 no time soon. Shakur ain't that big of a guy. He ain't too big of a guy. So he had to age his way on up to that. It might take another 3 years for Shakur to make it to 140. So he won't be able to fight one of them. He'd have to move down to 130, but he ain't going to move down to 130. He just left 130. But we can see him with Pitbull Cruz. We can see him with somebody with a little substantial name behind him. You know what I mean? That's all anybody wants to see. Who else could Shakur fight while he's waiting on one of those other top elite fighters? Devin and Ryan would be entertaining. Devin kept calling that Ryan, but Ryan wouldn't take the fight. Devin kept saying it. And even when Devin had all the belts, Devin said, I'll fight him. But Ryan didn't want to fight Devin for all the belts. The belts ain't important. Every time Devin's name comes, they all keep saying that Devin's not important. First, he was the email champ. Now that he's undisputed, that don't matter. And I'm not taking up for Devin on that. I'm just saying y'all all heard that. Devin was like, come on, Ryan, we can fight. Ryan's like, nah, I'd rather go fight Tank, which ain't a bad fight. Tank ain't a bad fight. Tank is actually a bigger payday. You know what I mean? For Ryan, it's a bigger payday. But the belts listen, any fighter gets those undisputed belts, it puts them in the conversation of saying they're the best out there. Matter of fact, forget what anybody say. The belts mean you are top dog. But we know Tank is really the A side because the way he's been moved. Yeah. Ryan definitely did. Ryan ducked. Yeah, Ryan definitely did. He went a different route. Says Shakur versus Frank Ortiz. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I just like to see him in there with somebody else. You know what I mean? While we waiting. He's not getting that. I don't think that he would get that Devin and what's name fight next unless Bob rolls out the red carpet, which Bob might roll out the red carpet. It could happen. I don't see why Bob wouldn't. Bob seems like he should roll out the red carpet. You know what I mean? Why would you not? You know? If anything, you're going to put your money on Shakur. Shakur got a better chance at beating Devin than I'm not talking down on Loma. I think Shakur is a better fighter than Loma. I think so, me personally. But I think Loma's a really good fighter. I really do. I think Loma's a really good fighter. But you know what? We all got all these question marks, and that's what I like about the division. That's when the division is good, is when you see all these fighters out here and you got a question of who can beat who. When it's a debate like this, that's a role for good boxing. Yeah, it does. It you know, Mayweather did that. Mayweather didn't let those sanctioning bodies run his boxing career. And I think they moved Tank accordingly. They wanted to make sure that the sanctioning bodies is not doing what they're doing up there in the 168 division. You know what I'm saying? 168 and stuff. I think it's the WBC caused a lot of problems at 168. You know what I'm saying? They caused a lot of problems up there. And I know David Benavidez brought that on himself. It's just boxing. Salute. I know David Benavidez lost his stuff on the scale off his weight, right? He lost his belt on the scale, right? But then they let Canelo move up in weight and fight for that belt, but he fought Caleb Smith. They should have said no. He lost his belt on the scale, but he still should be number one. He won the match. So they should have made Canelo fight David Benavidez for that belt on his road to come undisputed. That's my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts. And the sanctioning body does that. And when you get the sanctioning bodies that does stuff like that, that manipulates the whole weight class, what they did, you know, when fighters lose their Gervonta Tank Davis lost his belt on a scale before because he was out of shape. I mean, he was a little bit overweight, not out of shape. He was overweight. He didn't make the weight, so he lost it. Turned right around and got another chance to fight and got it back. You know what I mean? So why didn't they do that for David Benavidez? WBC stepped in and let that happen. Then they stepped in and manipulated stuff through this franchise. That's manipulating this sport. So WBC is at fault with all of that. The GOAT yields from, yeah, exactly. So the WBC is at that. So that's why fighters try to make their name bigger than the belt, because they don't want the belt to define them, and then they got to go chase the belt around. That's what you got with those guys up there. You know what I mean? That's what happens. He said, welcome celebrity boxing. Yeah, that's what happens. It becomes celebrity boxing. Now, Tank is bigger than the belts. Think about it. Think about this. Devin is undisputed, and Tank can pick and choose who he wants to fight at 135, even the belts. Tank can say, okay, I'll give you a shot at my name, Devin. You bring your belts. And you take B side. A lot of that is because of what the WBC did with the franchise shit. You know what I'm saying? If they never did that and these guys was out there fighting it out, guess what would have happened? Tank would have had to get in there and fight those guys because they would have been over there fighting each other, win or lose. Tank would have had to jump in that. But because he didn't, he goes up and fights Mario Barrios. He fights this guy. He moves here. He fights that. You know what I'm saying? He could have been them fought Devin. Could have been them, you know what I'm saying? He could have been in there and done that. So that's what it is for me. That's what it is for me. So that's the problem I'm having with that. So I'm okay with the way these guys having that tournament. So after that tournament is done, and I call it a tournament because that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Ryan and Tank, all I want to do is hear that winner call out the winner, call out whoever wins for Tank and Loma. That's all I care. If they in there say who you want next, I want the winner of Tank and Loma. Let them say that shit. And do the Earl Spence call out. Do the Earl Spence call out. Don't go in there and do like Keyshawn Johnson did and say something about Earl. Yeah, your guy, Earl's guy. No, don't say Earl's guy. Call out Frank Martin. Call him out by name. This is boxing. Where's this gentleman shit coming from? Whatever happened to a fighter saying, I want to fight you, and that's it? Stop. Don't be a punk. Come over here and see me. What happened to that? When Floyd Mayweather wanted to fight Diego Corrales, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, Floyd Mayweather went in at a press conference and shoved Diego Corrales to make Diego Corrales want to fight. He shoved him. He went and showed up, ready to fight, ready to start shit. So these other fighters ain't above that. This ain't a choir boy sport. This is about brutal warriors. So you got to bring the damn noise. You know what I'm saying? But as fans, we all got to stop patting fighters on the back that ain't fighting the best. When you got a fighter that's out there fighting fighting Rocky Fielding and fighting Ryder, I don't care to see that fight. I don't care. They're talking about this is going to be a good fight. It's not going to be a good fight to me because I could care less that Canelo's fighting that dude. If it ain't David Benavidez, somebody like that, I want to see that. Yeah, say that man's name, man. Yeah, lions hunt their prey. Dogs eat what's fed to them. I like that. I like that a whole lot. That's it. That's it right there. Lions hunt their prey. Dogs eat what's fed to them. Period. They hunt them down. If you're a lion, go track them down. You got to show that you the baddest SOB on the planet. That's what boxing is about. In my weight class, I'm the best, and I'm here to prove it. Forget all that. You know? And as soon as I got over that Tank, doing that Tank stuff, he stepped into the plate, he fought Hector Garcia, and he fought Ryan Garcia right after that. So I'm cool with Tank. But y'all all remember we was all getting mad at Tank for that, not fighting the best. But anyway, guys, that's all for me tonight, guys. I appreciate all you guys coming in. I appreciate the talks. Man, If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. If you guys are returning to the channel, man, I thank all you guys for being back in here tonight. Boxing is coming back, and we are here for it. So, like I said before, we say what we say, we stand on that shit, and that's straight up no chaser. So until tomorrow night, guys, we do this every night, 10 p.m. Eastern throughout the week. So I'll catch all you guys tomorrow night. So you guys have a good night, man. And yeah, still be patient with me, guys. Like I said before, I'm changing up this whole computer thing. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to grab next, changing out the modem, all that because of service stuff. So y'all guys bear with me on that. I'm going to fix that little stuff. I just don't want to jump in too fast and get the wrong stuff like I've done before and then got to upgrade it. I don't want to do that. I want to do it once and for all for a while. So y'all have a good night. Catch you guys later. Peace. I'm out. Peace, fight.